PonyStampede's Patrick Engel here after SMU knocks off Houston 85-64, moving them to 17-4 overall and 7-1 in the AAC. Still in second place after Cincinnati won today against Tulane. So SMU get another pretty big win here. It wasn't very close for most of the game at Moody, and this time doing it with really only 5 players in the second half after Jure Foster left the game at halftime, did not return to the bench or play in the second half. Tim Jankovic said after the game, "I don't know all the details. I'm not sure on everything yet, and hopefully I'll know more tomorrow." That was his message afterwards. Jure Foster did look like he took a hit on an elbow on a foul late in the first half there, and he did take a charge in the first half, so don't want to really speculate on anything, but he did have that happen to him, and those are plays that can, mess you up if you get hit in the head like that. So really doing it with 5 guys, and a lot of credit there to Benamelagou being able to really step right in for Jure Foster and have one of his better games that he's played here at SMU. 13 points, 3 of 4 from 3. A couple nice defensive plays there, even in the first half before Jure Foster went out. And really kind of what we've been waiting to see a little bit. Tim Jankovic has been touting Benamelagou, saying we will see this from him eventually. We just have to get his confidence back up. He was really impressed with how Melagou looked coming off the injury that forced him to miss all of last year before the season, is what he told me. And today you see a little bit of a glimpse of that. He didn't look really tentative. He even kind of shot faked a guy, dribble faked him, and put up a shot on one of his threes that went in off a little bit of move like that. Went coast to coast with a Euro step after he got a rebound off a really nice defensive play to force a contested shot and kick back out to the perimeter in the first half there. So really big game from him, and SMU is going to need that, I think, if they're going to have to play without Jure Foster for an extended period of time. Again, we don't know yet. SMU plays next at UCF on Wednesday, so we'll hope to find out later in the week if he's going to make that trip. Tim Jankovic said too early to tell on that right now. So one thing also that I think it's pretty clear is that SMU, we see him shoot 50% or just under 50% from 3 in this game, with Shake Milton, the career high 27 points, 6 of 8 from 3. Going to take a lot of the headlines, and rightfully so. He had a great game, and Tim Jankovic had a lot of great things to say about him and his IQ and his approach to the game. But one kind of common theme here I think we're starting to see is SMU's passing ability. We had 25 assists on SMU's 30 made field goals, and the high assist to made field goal ratio is something we've seen a little bit from them recently and earlier in the year. Thursday against UConn, way back when in the second game of the year against Eastern Michigan, and really kind of going to the team's identity of being unselfish. No one's really in a role they're pigeonholed into for an entire team. Everybody can do everything or play either any position when they're asked to. So I think we see a lot of that with guys being unselfish, guys sharing the ball, getting into the lane here, kicking out, passing up a shot to find one more pass for an even better open shot, kind of like the hockey assist, the guy who finds the open guy, or the guy who can collapse the defense and then force an open shot there on the perimeter because defenders collapsed and gave them a little bit too much space there. And we see SMU's ability, especially the big guys, ability to win with quickness and getting in the lane when they're not necessarily getting touches down there right away. So we saw 5 guys, I believe, 4 guys with 4 or more assists. Even Benamelagou having 4 assists in the minutes that he played. So really, really unselfish, and as Tim Jankovic just said a lot before this year, everybody's a point guard. Everybody can be the guy who passes. Everybody can be the guy who creates for somebody else. Everybody can be the guy who on any one night might get a lot of those passes and make a lot of those shots. So I think we're starting to see that kind of unselfish identity really start to show up. And you look at on the stat sheets of a lot of guys who have 3-4 assists per game, and a different guy who seems to be the leading scorer each night. And so we'll see SMU have a few days off here before they go to UCF on Friday. UCF, maybe the most improved team in the AAC this year under Johnny Dawkins, the former Stanford head coach. The name everybody's got to know there, Taco Fall, the monstrous 7-foot center who's on pace to break the NCAA field goal percentage record. Pretty easy to do when most of your shots are dunks, but he's a problem just because of his size. He's going to be almost a foot taller than anybody SMU can put out there, but not a guy who's not been stopped before this year or minimized before this year. And just on Thursday, we saw SMU deal with a 7-foot shot blocker and Amita Brima and make him largely ineffective for most of the game. So SMU at UCF on Wednesday. It's a 5 p.m. Central tip, and SMU looking to move to 8-1 in the AAC.